Alright guys, what's going on? This is Otis here. And today's gameplay commentary is pretty much just tips and tricks on the GunMaster, which is Battlefield's new game mode that they ended up putting in the close quarters maps, which I'm absolutely loving. It's actually a pretty long game, or it can be. They're typically, for me, averaging between about 9 and like 14, 15 minutes, just depending on how many people start the game. If there's less people that start the game, like it's gonna take a little bit longer. But if it's a full game, it'll take between about 8 or 10 minutes, just depending on how everyone's skill is in the lobby. And pretty much what it basically is both it's 8 on 8, and then each team is broken down into 2 squads. So you have a squad of 4, and then your other team has 2 squads of 4, and then the other team you're against also has 2 squads. And so pretty much how it is in order to win is you'll need 2 kills with each weapon. There's a total of 18 different weapons, and you finish with a knife. And so your very last kill, you only need 1 kill with the knife. And if you get that, you'll win. But if you knife someone normally in the game, it's just like the Call of Duty version where you get demoted one kill with whatever gun you were using. And so it's something that it's a little bit harder to knife in Battlefield, of course. But there's times where you maybe might want to knife someone if you see they're all on a higher gun than you and you're really close. That's something that you could weigh in the option at least. But my first tip is you got to be really aggressive in the beginning, because you start out with the MP pistol, and then you start with the 93R, and then the 44 Magnum. And so pretty much what ends up happening is whoever can typically get off those pistols the fastest is usually going to be the winner. And that's just because once you get into the submachine guns and assault rifles, you're able to take out the people who are using the pistols a lot easier than what they have with the pistols, because it's just common sense. An automatic gun's going to beat a pistol pretty much 9 times out of 10, especially in those distance battles too, which definitely helps. The spawns in this, you're going to have to watch out too, because typically when you start GunMaster or any of the close quarters maps, you will most of the time be face to face with some enemies. Sometimes when you spawn on certain maps, it just depends on where you kind of spawn. And then also too, during the game, it might randomly happen where you spawn in front of someone or someone spawns in front of you, so you might get a quick easy kill too. And that's another reason too, where if they spawn in front of you and if you see they're on a higher gun, you want to knife them there. That's another opportunity. And after the 44 Magnum, you have the PP19. Then after the PP19, you have the Spaz here. And one thing that you want to try to do, although it's really hard to do, is you want to try to line up your kills as much as possible, because you only need 2 kills. And so what happens in this gameplay too is right after the Spaz, I get pretty much 2 double kills in a row with my 2 weapons, and so I was able to jump up 2 weapons really quickly. And that's another reason what's going to really help you towards the end of the level, because some of those later weapons, it does take a little bit of time to actually get some kills, and so you're able to get some room at least sometimes. And I know one of the assignments too to get the MP 5K, you get into the top 5, which isn't too hard for, I would say, most people, but I'm sure some people are going to struggle. There's a few weapons that are pretty difficult on here, which is the MK31, because you have the frag rounds for it, you don't have the normal rounds, so that can be a little time consuming and difficult. And then also towards the end, you have the new sniper rifle, which is called like the BT90 or something like that. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, and so that could be a little bit challenging too. You do have the ACOG on. The bolt action's a little bit fast, and so if you do end up missing, it's a little bit easier, a little bit forgiving compared to maybe some of the other sniper rifles. And then the second to last one, you have the new M320 round, which is a grenade it actually shoots, and it's just like, it's got a timer like a normal grenade. And the damage isn't as strong as a normal grenade, but what's hard about that is once you shoot it, they have a grenade indicator next to them, and so you can't struggle with that. There's been about 2 or 3 games where I've had a very good, decent lead, and then once I get onto that M320, I just can't get a kill to save my life. And so that's been my trouble issue so far with with gun game, or at least the weapon that I've struggled with the most. And some tips that I would have to definitely say for the M320 is, you have unlimited ammo for all your guns, and so once you get to that, just if you see an enemy around, or if you think the enemy's around, just start spamming it away. The reload takes about maybe like 3 to 5 seconds, and even if you do get a direct impact, you're not going to kill them, so you do have to watch out for that. So you gotta maybe time it, maybe in front of them, maybe above the wall, so maybe hits the wall above them and then drops down in front of them to get the kill. But it's something that's definitely very frustrating But getting the top 5 too isn't too bad. In order to win gun game, whatever person wins, that squad will win. So if you're even on the same team that wins and your squad, one of your squad mates doesn't win or you don't win, you're actually going to end up losing the game, which is kind of unfortunate too. And that's maybe a little bit of a motivating factor too. But gun game, what I like about it too, is just fun, intense combat. That's just, it's just in your face, and you get to kill for a gun, and you move on, and everyone's pretty close to you. And what I like too is on the bottom of this screen, you'll see that one bar where there's little green arrows and then white arrows. Green arrows are everyone who's in your squad, and there's 18 of those levels, so you can see what guns people are on, so you can see if people are close behind you, if they're in front of you a little bit. And that can, that's good too, because when I've been gun game with a few of the people, we've had a lot of shit talking, because there's these people how I was in this squad too. They were just some random guys that I ended up meeting, but they were a good group of people. I don't even know if it shows their name. I think maybe at the end it'll show their names, but we were just bragging and just shit talking to each other at the end. And so, especially when I got my good lead, pretty much like now, I'm like, oh, you guys aren't going to come back. I'm definitely going to beat you. I'm going to win, because everyone was trying to get first, which is pretty fun. And some tips I would have to say on Ziba Tower is you have 2 levels. You have the very top level, and then you have a level. And typically for most of your games on either Conquest or Team Deathmatch, you typically want to stay on the outside of the map, while gun game is almost the exact opposite, where you want to stay in the middle of the map. You want to be where all the action is all the time, because you need to try to get as many kills as fast as you can. So if you're running on the outside of the map, you're not going to get many kills, and that could, when it comes down to it, towards the end of the game, it's really going to hurt you, because you need to get those beginning kills as fast as you can. And so, there was right there too, where a guy ended up spawning right in front of me, or he was running by me and I spawned right in front of him. I'm pretty sure he spawned with me, because that's happened a few times to me. And you get the M417, I believe it is, one of their new sniper rifles, which is pretty easy to get. And I got really lucky on my kills with the bolt action sniper rifle, because I had that headshot with the no scope, and the other guy too was just sitting right there, and he was a little weak. And so now I had to run around with the M20, and I finally got a guy who was camping on the top level, where I ended up hitting him. You will get a lot of kill assist in gun game, and you will get a lot of kill assist with the M320. There's not really any good tactics, as maybe just keep shooting and just spam it away, just because you have unlimited ammo, you don't have to worry about it. But it's definitely a mode that I'm just really starting to love. And the close quarters maps in general too, I'm just starting to just love them. Like when I first was playing them this morning, I played them for about 5 hours straight, and I just did not want to stop. And the knife is a little bit hard to use too. You either need a takedown or a slash, as long as you kill the person. And so you'll see me here hopping around, just trying to rush people as much as I can to try to get my knife. And I finally get a takedown. Maybe it was a slash, but I almost got that guy right there, and then the guy ended up shooting me, which was kind of unfortunate, but it does happen. And there's not really any good way to try to get some kills with a knife. You just try to find someone and run behind him. But typically too, if you see an enemy in this game, there's going to be another enemy around, so you've got to watch out for that too. You're going to get shot in your back a lot of times. Just don't get frustrated. Just keep at it. Probably about half your deaths in close quarters will be from people shooting you in your back, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's to be expected. You've got maps that are size of a swimming pool, so it's just it happens. But I'll be doing some live commentaries coming from Gun Game too, because it's pretty exciting. And Conquest Domination is a very fast-paced domination game that's really interesting. I wish the tickets were a little bit more on Conquest Domination, but I could kind of see those tickets maybe being a little bit more. And there was another thing too, where I was trying to rush the guy. The guy had this sniper, and he ended up killing me at the very end. But the very last kill is coming up right here, where I believe I jumped down and I ended up getting the guy. But you've got to watch out too. This top part I would not recommend really staying at. You want to stay, like I said, in the middle before, maybe even on the windows. And there was the last little knife kill to win the game. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I will be having some more gun games on other maps where I end up winning, so you can see that's the scoreboard at the very end, where it shows everyone's level with what gun they were on. And so I did pretty good, decent game. But hopefully you guys end up liking this. We'll have a live commentary hopefully coming tonight or tomorrow on Gun Game where I win, because it's maybe even one where I lose when I get pretty close, because those are pretty frustrating. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.